Okay guys, I'm out here today. This is the 5th day of the coronavirus. Everything pretty much shut down. I'm out here looking at my tracker. It's a beautiful day, as you can see out here. Beautiful, beautiful day. And I thought I'd get out here and show you what I was talking about. Maybe you guys can help me out as to finding out where the leak is on my GEO tracker. This is the reservoir for the power steering fluid right here, and I don't know if you can see that, but you see all this stuff on here, and I'm assuming that's power steering fluid. But I'm gonna try to get down here a little lower where you can see it. But you see all down in here on this hose here, this hose has got this fluid all on it, and it looks like it runs all the way down to where it hooks up down there on the power steering pump. So I'm not sure, y'all, I hope y'all can see that, man, but I'm not sure if this reservoir thing is backed up, or I'm not sure what would cause that to happen like that. But if you guys have any tips on how I can check, or how I really know if the power steering pump is going out, let me know. Like I say, it turns okay, but at the wheel, it makes a noise whenever I'm turning the steering wheel, almost like it needs grease up there around the wheel, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's because of this, or if it's because of the steering column needs grease around where the steering wheel attaches. I'm not sure. So I know a big shout out to Randy Gibbs. I thank you so much for doing what you do, and if you get this message, man, maybe you can help me out as far as making a comment. I really appreciate the GEO Tracker Club, and I'm glad to be a part of it with all the help that's out there. And I really love these GEO trackers. I'd like to get another one someday and just tinker with it too. But this is my radiator right here. Also, I'd mentioned before I was wanting to get the radiator changed and the power steering pump just to be safe. But every now and then you can look right here where this little braid is that meets up, and I'll notice a little bit of radiator fluid that kind of accumulates right here. So I'm not sure if it's leaking. So you can kind of see right there where it looks a little wet. See right there? Anyway, it'll bead up a little bit right in here, and I check it periodically before I take off and make sure that this has the backflow. Well, I mean, this reservoir deal right here has radiator fluid in it as well, overflow or whatever that is. And let's see, I might need to put some more in there. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, it's setting at half right now. So, but I typically check that, and I check my oil, because I noticed that I have a little drip now around where the oil pan is. And it didn't drip until I had the guy change the oil, and I'm not sure if he didn't tighten it up, that bolt down there tight enough, or too tight, and now it's dripping oil. So you know, it's like you have to do things yourself to make sure that it gets done right these days, man. It's like people just do a terrible job of doing anything. It was like when I got my new tires on my tracker here. Let me show you. I got new tires and rims on my tracker, and the kids up there at Discount Tire put the jacks right here on this plastic piece. And they were, before I could get out of the door and tell them not to put it there, they had a jack here and a jack here and two on the other side. So there was 4 guys, and they started jacking it up at the same time. Well, it bent this piece down here, this metal, and pushed all this up past the door on the passenger side, and you couldn't even get it up, get it off, the door open. But I knew I was going to repaint this right here, and so I took the trim off and fixed it, and it busted these snaps down here, the original snaps that fit in there, and I had to put these little plastic screws. That one needs to be tightened up a little bit. That one's pretty good. But I put these plastic screws back in there instead of the original little cap things, because it jacked them up, and I lost a couple. But it's just little things like that. People just don't care, you know, and it's hard to find these trackers. It's hard to find them in good condition. But I have a lot of things what I want to do here. I want to get this repainted, and there's these little dings in here. If you look in the paint, you can see little dings here and there, like right there. See right here's one. There looks like one. And I want to get it repainted so that it looks good. But like I say, man, getting anything done these days on anything, it's like nobody takes pride in their work, and it's all about just getting done for the day, and it's terrible, man. But anyway, if y'all have any comments, or you guys can help me out on this, whether I need a power steering pump and a new radiator, let me know. And is it something that I can change out myself? It looks like I don't know where I'd start. You know, I don't know where I'd start. I don't know if the radiator seems like it's something that I could do. I mean, taking this fan shroud off, that looks like something I could do. That don't look like this. Well, they got that tie wrapped in there. They got it tie wrapped right here. And it looks like there's a few bolts right here that needs to come off. But that looks like something I could probably tackle with a little bit of help from you guys. I'm not sure what this is. If that has to come off. I'm not a mechanic by no means. I never was and never claimed to be. But I think if I was, I'd take a little more pride into, I don't know, in my work. But anyway, I'd like to clean the motor up. I'd like to have it cleaned up and new hoses, all new hoses put on. Even if it doesn't need it, I'd like to have it to know that everything's pretty good. It looks like the water pump's fairly new here. I'm not sure about the alternator down there. And the belts look pretty good. Although whenever I turn the air conditioner on, it does squeak a little bit, the belt. But after I get going, the squeak goes away. So I'm not sure if that's just what causes that. I'm not sure. But it looks pretty tight. It looked pretty decent. Although that one down there, I don't know. It just doesn't hurt to have, especially if I plan on taking any kind of road trips when this coronavirus stuff is over. I know they have. I heard the other night on the news they were having Louisiana border pretty much. They were at checkpoints. They have these checkpoints where if you're coming from Louisiana to the state of Texas, they're going to stop you unless you're, unless you're like a truck driver. I'm not really sure because I haven't tried. I've been pretty much quarantining myself here at the house. But it seems like I heard on the news that they're going to stop you. You got to fill out a form, and then they're going to ask you where you're going. And then once you get there, I guess they're going to check, make sure you're at where you say you're going to be. But anyway, yeah, see all this, man. I like to clean all this stuff up, man. And but it really don't look too bad, and it runs pretty good. I'm really happy with the way it runs. It idles good. But I want to clean it up. I want to make it look a lot better than it does. And but this is it, man. It's a 95. It has about 82,000 miles on it, somewhere around there. I'll have to look at the odometer again, but that's not too bad. But yeah, if you guys can give me any tips on, like, if I try to do this myself, what should I take off first? Should I take off the radiator and just leave it off, and then I might have more room to get in there and get the power steering pump? See, it's way down there, and it's way, I don't even know, I guess I'd have to get it from the bottom side up underneath there, but I see it down there. Oh, look at this angle. See right down there? Can you see down there? Is it leaking where that hose comes in, or is it leaking at the power steering pump? It's like I don't really see any drips or anything, but I do see residue all around there, and it looks like a lot of the residue is on this hose right here. Look, see, watch. Now look at my hand. See all that on the hose? So yeah, Randy, or if you're out there, man, and you have any advice, man, I know you're the man that knows about these trackers, and I'd appreciate it if you give me a shout back, man. You see all the stuff on here? Look, it's on there pretty thick. Look at that. And it seems like I wiped that off once before and cleaned that off. But anyway, I appreciate it, guys. If you have any advice, man, give me a shout out today, and let's all get well, man, and get through this coronavirus junk. And if you haven't rang my bell, please ring my bell and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I am going to be fixing up this GEO tracker, and I want you guys to hang out and see the progress. And we will see you again.